Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we have a commission for 100,000 Robux. The first part of this commission is making 8 boxing rings. A wooden one, an iron, gold, and diamond, and then 4 custom ones. Now, I did make this one in studio to get the perfect size that the client wanted, and then I just imported it, so we will be using it as our reference. I'm gonna remake it in Blender, and then we'll just have a nice base that we can edit off of. All right, guys, I got the ring remodeled, and it's doing pretty good. I made it super simple, but very easy to edit. This is all an array modifier, so I only have to edit the bottom 4. This is a mirror, so I only have to edit this corner, and the bottom is just a box, which I think we're gonna start by doing a couple insets. Yeah. I think that'll actually be a good idea for later. Now I'm gonna duplicate this so we always have the base, and now we can start working on the actual rings. The first one that we needed to make was wood. So to start everything off, I'm gonna grab these sides, then unselect the top and the bottom. Then we're gonna add a bevel. This is gonna make these more rounded. Extrude that in, scale it down, and then of course right here we want to do those 2 loop cuts again and scale those in. As you can see, the sides are now sort of logs. Now, I feel like the ropes will always just be the ropes. I mean, I'm not sure what I would really do to those to make them crazy stand out, so for now, we're just gonna keep them as normal, I guess, just ropes. However, I am gonna add a bit of a bend in the middle to make sure they look pretty cool. Oh my Atlanta. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the array, make our ropes how we want them, and then we can add the array back later. Another thing that I think I want to do is bevel the ring itself, so it's a little bit less squared, just a slight bevel, something like this. And then I'm gonna add in 2 loop cuts on each side and 1 around the middle. Now what I can do is start adding in bevels along the vertices, and this is going to give it sort of a cut effect. See, like more wood-esque? And I think that will be a cool idea. I think it would be cool to add in some little sticks and leaves kind of coming out of it in certain spots. I don't really know how I'm going to do this yet, but I just think it'd be a cool idea. We have some leaves, we have some logs, and we have a boxing ring. Up next, the iron one, which we're going to make all metal. In fact, let me grab this and this at the same time. Then we're going to grab all the sides, and we're going to inset twice, so I twice, and then extrude along face normals. This gives a nice metal aesthetic to the whole thing, and we're actually going to replace the ropes with chains on this one. I think that would look pretty cool. Another thing I'm going to do is just sink the middle in because I did that on the last one and I thought it looked pretty cool. I think this chain looks pretty good. I just used a tourist to model the link, and then we used a few modifiers. Oh yeah, this thing's looking pretty sick. I'm not exactly sure what else we can do to show off that it's iron. I mean, other than color, I guess. But I think it at least looks okay for now. Alright guys, next ring up is a gold ring, and I honestly don't have the most ideas for this one. I think first things first, we need to just copy the ropes from our wooden one because they're already curved and they just look good. There we go. And then I'm thinking for the outsides, we could do some sort of like gold bar. It might look horrible, but it might look good. So I'm gonna shrink this to about here, scale it in, and then press A, and all of it is gonna get a bit of a bevel. Something like this, and then we'll shade smooth. Yeah, I don't know exactly how this one's gonna work. We're gonna have to scale it up, rotate it out a little bit, and then rotate it sort of like this. And then those would be gold bars. I'm not exactly sure how I should do the base of it. All right, I think this is what I'm gonna do, like a row of gold bars at the bottom. It is not exactly the most creative, but at this point in time, it's all I can really think about. Of course, if they want any changes, I will get those done. But it does separate this ring a little bit. Also, something happened to this modifier. Let's toss that right back on. There we go. And I think that will be our gold ring. All right, guys, the guy commissioning me just got back to me. And he said, seems great so far with the fire emoji. And then I sent him the rest of them. He said, sheesh, www, love it, gotta go to sleep. So he's gonna head to bed, but I'm happy he likes what I'm doing so far. That means I can keep going with, like, not as much stress, because when you don't hear back from your commissioner, it's kind of like, I could do a lot more work, and then they might hate all of it. But it seems like he does like it so far, so that makes me pretty happy. Up next, we have the diamond ring. And I think for the things on the outside, we're actually going to make diamonds. So check it out. Oh, we need to keep the same height, though. So I'm actually going to go from the bottom instead of from the top. This way, we'll keep the height. It is very important to them, the height that the rings are. That's why I had to make it in Studio and then bring it in to Blender. And I don't want to do anything to mess up their project. So we're going to scale this down and we're going to make these into diamonds. The center here is going to have to go up a little bit, so that's more diamond shaped. And then I wonder if I could array modifier, put this to 0, and it would be on the Z axis going down. Let's see how that looks. All right, diamonds on the sides. The ropes, I need to just copy these and put them on the base mesh so I don't have to do it every single time. But these ropes, they just look good. They have a nice curve to them. Everything's nice. I wonder if I should make the whole thing look like a diamond. So scale in the top, scale out right here. Oh, I can't scale the top in that much. We need to be at least right here. And then scale the bottom way in. Something like this. I can't adjust the height too much. So let's scale this in a little bit. I have one idea that may or may not work. Let's scale these out on everything except the Z axis. So this one does have a bit more shape. We'll see if they like it. If not, once again, it's not a big deal to redo it. I made it really quickly, but coming up with like a unique idea for each one is a bit challenging. But the 4 basic rings are now done. All that's left is the creative ones, and those are gonna take a little bit. So I'll probably just knock them out and then get back to you guys. But I will say my idea, I wanna do a fire one, candy, ice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. All right, guys, so we have 8 rings done. We have wooden, iron, which actually looks pretty sick. Mainly the chains, the rest is just eh. Then we have gold. Didn't have too many ideas for this one, but I think it turned out decent. Ruby or gem, diamond, whatever, is my least favorite out of all of them. So I may have to figure out how to redo that one, but for now, it'll be okay. Now for the special ones that I got to pick. Up first, we have lava. This one will look way cooler once I get it colored. Then we have ice. It looks a little weak right now, but I think it'll look good when I get it colored. The snow on the top, some down spots, some up spots. I actually want to sink this down a little bit so you can see some of the ring through it. We can always change that in Studio though. So this will be snow, this will be ice, these will be ice, and then these will probably be like, I don't know yet. This one is like a dessert. So we have pie sides with a cake bottom. Thought that was pretty cool. And this one is like an 8-bit with joystick corners and just like an 8-bit sort of game board base. All right, so we have our 8 rings inside Studio. After we do the lighting, these should look a lot better. I may even add some textures to some of them, but we'll see. For now, we have a good base. I think my favorite is either gonna be the ice one or the 8-bit one or the cake one. Like one of these 3 are definitely my favorite. Now, as for the map, all I know is 14 rings need to go around a circle. The game's like a please donate-esque type of game, I believe. I could be wrong here, but I think that's what it's gonna be. So to start everything off, we're gonna need a circle. We're gonna need paths out of this circle, then another circle, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. It's been a while since I built one of these circle maps. There's not too much you can really do on them, but we'll do what we can. Now we're gonna rotate this again, put it on the end, and this will keep us having the same sized path. We're gonna scale it in a little bit, and now we're gonna use Archimedes and try to connect everything the best we can. We're gonna have to go up a little bit on the angle, and this is gonna be trial and error. So let's render. It's honestly close. Let's bring it down just a hair. Perfect. Now, before we get to decorating around, I think I wanna do the same thing, but have like another path. So these would be like sidewalks to a road. But then again, I don't know if that would look good or not. Let me try. I'm going to duplicate this and then use Archimedes again. Be half 7. I think that would be a circle. Yeah. Yo, I'm starting to get good at this. Of course, it's not perfectly centered, but we can definitely do that. Here comes a huge W for plugins everywhere. Power selectors, circle. And I'm gonna just select all of these. And then I will fill in the middle with like a road, I think. I'm just trying to figure out how to keep this separate from like other games like this. There's a ton of Please Donate games, and all of them have the same map, you know, this circle. They still want the circle, but I don't know how to keep it just a bit different, I guess. I was beginning to feel pretty bad about this map, whether I couldn't get these rings spaced properly, or the lighting overall looked horrible. I just imported some of my favorite lighting, and I think it looks a lot better. Now what I need to do is start adding in props all over the place. I did bring these in. We have some nice rocks right here, which I think I'm gonna go even lighter on. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go a little bit lighter on them. I think those look good. This is fine. This, I was debating whether or not I'm gonna use it or not. I may. And then a tree. So first thing I want to do is make like 4 different clusters of these. The next set we're going to make instantly different by having a little bit more stuff on it. I think something like that works. All right, so here's what I have so far. They wanted an open lobby, set up boxing rings around a center point, just like Please Donate, and we have that. It's looking decent overall. I've never been a huge fan of these types of maps because they do seem to have so much open space, but I did not want to cut it all up with borders and make it look like a normal simulator. So I think so far this looks good. I am going to wait for the guy to wake up and see if he has any ideas on what I can add. I've got some weights around, a punching bag, just some stuff that goes with the whole boxing theme, but I don't really know what else to add. We have our leaderboards, we have some props, we have the rings, and more rings over here. I am just a bit stuck. So I'm gonna wait till he wakes up, see if he would like anything added or changed. This is a lot of Robux, so yeah, anything he asks me to do, I'm going to be sure to do it. But I'll see you guys then, because I don't want to end off the video if I don't know if he's satisfied with the map or not. So I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, my dudes, he said he loves it. The only thing he asked for was a UFO. So I went into Blender and whipped that up real quick on the live stream yesterday, and he said he loves the map, he loves the rings, and there's nothing he wants changed. So I guess as long as he's happy, I'm happy. Let's get into the questions for the day. Question number 1 is from Rusty Sillyband. Why do you prefer to decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving? Or is there a set time that you decide to decorate after Halloween, before Thanksgiving, etc.? For me, Christmas is just my favorite holiday. It's the one time a year that more people are just happy, more joy in the world, I guess, and I really be feeding off of it. So the sooner my Christmas decorations can go up, the better for me. I'm also a very picky eater, so Thanksgiving isn't really a holiday for me. Question number 2 from Bean is Cool. Is it possible to be a builder and a scripter at the same time? 100% definitely possible. It just takes a lot more work and a lot more dedication, but it's definitely possible. Question number 3 from Anrix. I probably butchered that. Why do you use Roblox Studio for building? Why not Unity or another dev platform? Well, Roblox Studio is the first one I tried, and I just like it. I know how most of the stuff on here works, and I like how I could just make a game, publish it, and boom, it's out. People don't have to buy the game, they don't have to do any of that, and I don't really know how any of the other platforms works, so Roblox seems like the best fit for me, at least for now. I also don't have like AAA game building skills, so I just fit here. It just works.